Okay, so it's time for me to talk about my favorite subject, math. And why is it my favorite subject? Well, it's my favorite subject because I am a bio major, and that's why I love math so much. Yeah, math. But no, seriously, let's talk about casting speed. So, first question that you should ask before you do anything with your setups or to make a setup is, why am I doing this? So why would you want cast speed? Well, let's say you don't have a cleric and you don't have another chanter, and you're the only healer and you're in a full team, or at least a team of a couple people that need a heal. Chances are you're going to have to maximize your healing and minimize your damage output because you cannot do both at the same time. I mean, you can do one and then heal, then one and then heal, but that's not being maximal, that's being efficient. And there's a difference. I think. I don't know. I could be wrong, but I thought that'd be nice to just define those two different things. Anyway, if you wanted to maximize your casting speed, there are a lot of different things you can do. Let's go ahead and just list them all out and then do math at the same time. So first of all, you can reduce your casting speed by 2% with a title known as Fenris's Fang, which I don't have, so yay, Fenris's Fang, I don't have it. Just pretend I do. And it adds 2% cast speed. So if you do that full quest line, you get that nice title. I use Wheeler Dealer, and because, I like running, and running, and running. And running is good. Running. Next, you can buy candies that give you casting speed. I believe 3% is the highest casting speed you can get from any candy, and that's exactly what you get from the penguin candy. So that's a good incentive to have a penguin candy. Besides, who wouldn't love to be a penguin running around smacking people and killing and having revenge for all those nasty oil spills and encroaching in their lands and all that stuff? If you ever seen that Futurama episode where they have the planet of the penguins, and then you know what I mean. Oh, where was I? All right, this gives 3%. So far we have 5% from the title and the candy. Next, you can pop a. Okay, this penguin needs to stop. Speaking of penguins, next you can pop a casting speed scroll, which gives another 9%. So, of course, it doesn't stack with the attack, and you won't be using this unless you really need to heal. But you add that 9% on top of the 5, you get 14%. Now you're growing a nice number. I mean, I can just go ahead and put on a couple of these. Oh, sorry, that's not what I'm doing yet. Getting ahead of myself. See, just from the scroll itself, you lose zero point 0.1. So even if you have none of that other stuff, zero point 0.1 is already a good distance. Next, you can get a couple of items. So we have access now with 2 point whatever, the one that gave Colosseums, to weapons that give casting speed that we can use, and they are maces. You can't buy the gold mace because that gives attack speed for some reason, but you can buy the two eternal ones, and they both have 8% cast speed. I have the conditioning one because honestly, I don't really use it to fight. I'd rather use my other one with attack speed just to kill weapon chests, circs, whatever. But putting that on top of the casting scroll, you already lose zero point 0.2-ish. So that's a big deal. You can decrease it by that much just with those couple things. Finally, oh, sorry, I have to add them all up. What is that? 8, 8, 24, 32. Okay, so that's, wait a second. I know I did something wrong with the math. 9, 3, 5, 14. Sorry, 22. I don't know where I was at 24 from. So you're going to have 24, or yeah, 24, sorry, 22. Ugh, you can see why I'm not a math like person. You can have 22% casting speed so far from the title, a morph candy, a scroll, and a mace. Finally, we get to the armor. So they also introduced chain armor that has a casting speed, as you can see, not here because that's the wrong one, as you can see right here. Um, so I don't have these, but you can consider getting them if you really want to maximize it more. That's another 7%. So all in all, you'll have 31% uh, decrease in casting speed, which is pretty nice. I probably should have gotten them at some point, but I've just been so lazy and not caring enough to get them. But if you really want to maximize your casting speed, then getting all these things is really good because, what is that? I said 31%, right? Let's just quickly do the math again. 9, 14, 32, no, 22, and then 29. Wow, did I say 31? God, I'm so bad at math. Sorry again. If anything, you get to see how dumb I look, but that's why math is not my strong point. So with 29% reduction in cast speed, just multiply that by 1 and then subtract 1 from that, or 1 from that from 1. I mean, it doesn't really matter. But you get to like zero point 0.7 cast speed, so overall, that'll be a pretty nice thing to have in PvP for when you need to just heal all the time. I mean, even with point 8, you can notice that recovery spells a little bit faster, and healing light a tiny bit faster too, and those things help in the long run. So that's why you should consider casting speed, and you should also consider thinking out the math before you talk about something involving math, because you're probably bound to mess up if you're not like extremely gifted or just well at knowing how to pull equations and numbers out of your head and remember them well, as I am not, as you can see. Anyway, that's it for casting speed. So ta-ta, farewell, etc. Bye-bye, so long, adieu, avinasen, ciao. Yeah.